Hi everyone, I'm back with another tutorial that is Python basics. If you are not subscribed to my channel, just hit that subscribe button. You are going to learn lot many things in this channel. Let's watch this amazing video. In before tutorial we seen markdown syntax, that is how to write documentation like adding headings and bold, italic and indentation, bullets, numbers, and changing the color of the text and adding images into our documentation. We seen lot many things in before tutorial. I think if you missed that tutorial, just go to the description and you can find the tutorial and watch about how we can write markdown syntax, and we learned shortcuts, lot many things. So we are going to work on Python basics, that is minimum basics we should know before going to write actual coding. So for that I want to create a new file. Just go here and create a new Python file. So I don't want to work with markdown syntax, just I'll close this markdown syntax. Now just rename this as Python basics. So in this tutorial, what I'm going to say means mainly working on print statement, how we can write the print statement, and how we can commands, and how we can check the actual version of Python by using code. Everything will explain, just watch. So actually we can write like this also. First of all, I want to print something, so I want to write something how it was working, we can see. So I'll write my name is Haripriya Manne. So just I'm writing some text, right? So if I uh, just it's saying that invalid syntax. So just I'm writing the text which was want to print. So like I didn't use any statements which was, I don't know anything about Python, right? So just I'm using and I'm printing the output, but unfortunately it was not showing, and it's showing the syntax as error, that is invalid syntax. Why it was showing invalid? So because the computer, what we can say, the editor doesn't know that it was text, or what do you mean that? So it's a string or it's a text, or what do you, it doesn't know about that, so that's why it's showing error. So we'll make this one something better. So instead of writing this, we'll write like quotations, because it's like a string, so we can see what happens. So just control shift enter, that means we are run the code. So did you observe that I didn't use any print statement to print that, but unfortunately it's printed, right? Because yes, of course the computer understands that it's a string. If you put like quotations, it's showing that it's like a string. So we that means what you can say, you return what you have written, that's like a string. What you can say, not a string, it's like a something text, so it's understand. So the editor and it's understand about it's you written something text. So this is the way to write the text in Python. Of course we written, but how we can uh, check that, it's why we need to use the print statement instead of writing like this. So I'll show the difference, then you can understand. So just I'll make the print and I'll write like this. So first of all, instead of this, I want to no need to write anything, just we can observe what happens. Again it's showing the invalid syntax, because it doesn't understand it's what you are writing. So make it as quotations, it will understand or not, we can see. So why we written the print statement actually, because if you want to see any output, then we'll use the print statement. Just shift enter. Did you observe the difference between without print and with print statement? So if you see the print statement like without print, so you can see the quotations, because you can see the single quotes, that means it's reading like it's like a something we have written like in text. It here we reading like what we are printing, that is like output, but the computer was taking which is something different. So I think you understand. So instead of that, I just assign a variable actually I'll come with an, it's like different, it's I'll come with an another video about the variables and all of the stuff. But I think this is the difference between without print statement and with print statement. So what is the use of keeping semicolon? Nothing difference between the using semicolon or not using semicolon, because coming to C language, it's like a syntactical errors will come. But coming to Python, of course, we have syntax error like invalid syntax, but it's like a less syntactical errors when compared to C programming language. In C, like it's having a structure. So we need to write line by line. It should be like a structure. But in Python, there is no structure to write anything. I think you all understand about writing print statement. What is the real meaning of print statement? How we can learn here? So I don't want to browse in Chrome. I don't want to search in Google. Just I want to learn what is about print statement. What Python saying about print statement. Just write help print and shift enter it, saying that it you can see that print the values to a stream or a system, and it's saying something stupid language which was I can't understand what it is saying. But no worry, I'm there to explain you that it was saying if you want to print any value, anything, we'll use the print statement. So anything you need to see the output, then we'll use the print statement. That's it, it's saying. And it's having something which is separated ended. What is the difference between sub and we can, these are all called arguments which was there in we are going to use in print statement. So I'll say some of the arguments which was there in separate and then you can understand what are the difference between the things. Just I'll write the print statement. In print statement I'm writing some numbers, that is 9 8 what you maybe it's I'm writing some numbers which was there. I'm separating by commas, that's two numbers which was going to write. So just I'm separating by commas. And you can see that we are having like two arguments, right? Sub and end. Sub means separation and end means ending. So I'll use separation, then you can understand what's the meant by separation. So I'll make separation is equal to every number will be separated by something, right? So I'll make like Hari. So just so I think you all understand. So 98 Hari, 76 Hari, 54 Hari. So we'll get like this. Just shift enter. Did you observe that 98 Hari, 76 Hari, 54 Hari? So this is the difference. This is the by using separation. So if you want to separate the word in between the numbers or characters, like a similar word, then we'll use separation. So what is meant by end? So just I'll copy this code and just I'll write something which was there. So I want to write print I'm a good girl. So just I'm writing I'm a good girl. Of course, I'm sometimes good and sometimes bad also. Yes, you can see that it's printing in next line, right? So I don't want to print it was in next line. I want to print this one uh, in the same line which was written 98 Hari, 76 Hari and 54. So just make use of and. So just separate by comma and equal to just space, give the space. So and equal to give the space and just shift enter. So did you observe the difference between end? So I use it just and I'm given the space, then it's showing the it's like a bit number. So this is the difference between end without and without using and. So if I write anything like if I write Priya, whatever it may be, just you can see that. So it was printing besides the Hari and it was showing that I'm a good girl. It's showing in the same line. I think you all understand about separation and arguments which was using in print statement. So these many members don't know about why we are using print statements and why should we learn. So this is about print statement and this is about Python. That's why the computer or editor actually doesn't know what we are writing. So that's why it's having some syntax. That's why we need to follow the syntax and rules and regulations. That is called programming language. So without the programming language, like we can say, if you want to write the text, why we need to install Jupyter, why need to install Anaconda, and why we need to work with Python? Just go through the text document, which is just type, but what you can better to you can work with notepad and just type and you can do that, right? So why we need the programming language? Because if you want to follow some task, we need some particular output, we need some logical thinking, right? So in that time we need programming language. So that's why we are using these all programming language: Python, C, Java, etc, etc. Many programming languages are there in real world, of course, but these many things are there. So I think you all understand about Python, right? Something about print statement. Now we'll go to, that is, what the commands are there in Python. So if I want to write, I don't want that, so right, instead of making markdown, what are the commands are there in Python? Actually commands are there in Python, which is, so actually just I'll escape and I'll make it as markdown, because if I think you all of us know the shortcut was M. So just I'll make a hash commands in Python. Just actually I having two type of commands in Python, that is a single line commands and multiple line commands. If you want to command the single line, that is hash, we are using hash. If you want to command multiple lines like 3, 4, 5 lines, we are using quotations. I'll explain here. So single line, so single line we are using hash. So multiple line we are using so multiple lines we are using the quotations. So I'll explain clearly, no need to worry about this. Just I'll make something command. So I'm writing my first programming, my first code, better my first code, of course I'm writing my first code. So just I want to write this one in commands. So instead of that, just make this one command, that's it. Just shift enter, so no errors, nothing. So anything you need to write the commands, so which was there, so others should understand by using these commands what you are writing code, everything others will understand by these commands only. So actually there are multiple lines, like this is the first line and this is second line. So these are like a multiple commands are there. So if I run, it's obviously it shows the error, that is syntactical error. So but I want to make this one as commands which was there meanwhile. So instead of that, it's like a multiple lines, right? Instead of making hash, wasting of time, so much wasting of time, so I don't want to write that. So just I'll make multiple commands, that is quotations. This is the way to command multiple lines, that is triple quotes. So just we are using quotations and we can command multiple quotes. So and it's showing it's like a new line which was there, we are using the code was like in the commands was like 3 4 lines which was using. So that I think you understand about commands. Like for single line we are using hash, for multiple line we are using quotations. How we can check the version of Python, what is the present version I'm using the Python? Actually of course we are having 3. I want to know 3 point xx, I want to know that version. So for that what I have to do, just I want to check the version two types by using two types. I'm using just import. So why I'm using import, I want to import something from outside, right? So I want to import some package which was there, like I want to import like platform. So did you observe? So just I'm importing the platform as a package, we can call this one as a package. So here I'll write the quotations, that means commands. So here platform is a package name. Yes, package name. And this package name, by using this platform package name, I want to you know my actual version of Python what I'm using. So just make print, so platform dot Python underscore version. Just make this open brace and just control enter. So now I'm using like 3.7.3 version. I think this is the present version which was updated like 4 days back. So that's all. I think you understand how to see the version of Python what you are using by code. So otherwise you can see like here also just go to CMD and type the CMD and just type Python. This is the way to see version also. So did you observe that actually here the Python is 3.8 point something? Here did you observe the Python is 3.7.3? So why it was showing the differences? Because actually in Jupyter I didn't updated my Python version what I'm using here. Actually I updated my version in Python which was a command prompt. Actually in before I updated everything, so actually I downloaded the file and I updated also. So now other way to see the version of Python also, that is when it was updated you can see that by using print statement. So I'm printing actually that is a platform package. By using platform package I want to know when the version was there. Just sys means system dot version, that's it. Just make version and shift enter. So did you observe that actually I updated in March 27 2019? So that what, so I'm not updated like 4 days back in my Jupyter. I think you all understand about this thing. So now just we can check other way also, not only platform, we are having other package to check the version of Python. So like we are getting the version and we are getting as well as when we updated at a single line. So better to use the single line package, that is import. The package name is sys, that is system. It's a shortcut. Just print sys dot version, just shift enter. You can, are you able to see the version as well as actually you can see the two types you can use, the platform, otherwise you can use system package. There are two different packages are available. So I'm telling these many packages are available, so I'm using that. So I think it's like a simple code, just I imported. Import is a keyword here. So what we are doing actually, they are having like some keywords which was there like false, none, true and uh, as, if, or not, lambda, import, pass, like many keywords are available. uh, I think almost 40 plus keywords are there. Like we should not use that keywords into our natural language. Like print is also one of the keyword. Like that, so many keywords are available in Python. We should not use that keywords into our general language. I think you understand about in this video you learn how to write the print statement and what's the why we are writing some syntactical and syntax, right? So and what's the use of commands and why can we use single line and multiple lines, and how to know our Python version. Everything we learned in this tutorial, lot many things we learned. I'll come with another tutorial, that is variables, how we can create the variable, and we create a variable and we'll assign something into that variable and we'll print, and we have to know what's the type of the variable, and we'll work more. Until then, stay tuned for another tutorial.
I hope this video is helpful to you. In future, definitely I'll do more videos and more things, and let's subscribe this channel because if you support me, I'll do more and more videos, and do like and share also. And if you want to ask anything, just